Good morning, howdy, ciao, buongiorno. Come va? How are you out there? I hope all is good. My name is Dino V and this is my YouTube channel. I would like you to like and subscribe. Very nice. Today, what I'm going to be talking about is a very special day in my life. Now, I just want to go back through the mists of time. Isn't there somebody else that used to say that in concert? Back to 1984, on this day, January 24th, that's January the 24th, 1984. And what was Paul McCartney and Linda McCartney doing? I was rocking them, wasn't I? Off my rocking chair. Yeah, I know. Well, they were in Uxbridge Magistrates Court, Middlesex, London, because they'd been naughty with pot cannabis. They'd already been bussed for possession on the 15th of January in Barbados, and they were fined $100 each, that's roughly £75, for possession of a small amount of marijuana. So that was naughty. They flew back to the UK. Pipes of Peace was their #1 single in the United Kingdom. They went through customs. Paul went through, Linda went through, but Linda had been naughty and they found some more. They found, I think, was it a street value of £4.90 of cannabis in her camera cases. What is funny is it's actually the Barbadian, is that such a word, authorities' fault for not taking it all before they left for England. That's the story. Anyway, now, on this day, when I knew they were going to be in court, I was a teenager. I was working full-time, my first full-time job, and I was supposed to be at work that day, but I thought, I don't want to go into work. There's a chance of seeing Paul and Linda. So what did I do? I rang in ill at work. It's funny, my workplace was just at the end of my street and you cross the road. Are you getting that view there? And so I don't know if you have to walk past the workplace. Anyway, I thought I'm going into London. I want to see Paul and Linda. This is January 1984. And if you think of the last few years, the period 1980 to 83, you didn't get to see Paul and Linda around much at all. Paul had been busy recording his albums, Tug of War, Pipes of Peace. He'd been at studios like in London and Montserrat, and recording his film, Give My Regards to Broad Street, which had not yet been released. That would be later on in the year. But Paul didn't even do many TV chat shows. He'd turn up at various rock and pop events if he was getting an award, which he got quite often. And he'd been on various TV shows, but not with really an audience and a crowd and a lot of people. That happened a lot towards the end of 84. But I call it the wilderness years or the studio years, like the Beatles had, you know, in 67 to 70. Paul wasn't seen out and about much for a few years, but that did change towards the end of the year when he was everywhere. But in January 84, my reasoning was, in the 60s, I couldn't go to Abbey Road. I couldn't go to St John's Wood, Apple. I was only a little wee baba. I was a bit bigger than that. So all those Apple scruffs and fans that were in London, it was lucky for them. I thought, I want to go and see my man, see my hero, and Linda as well. So there I was. It was a day like today in England. It's silver rain is falling down, but it's always falling down in London, isn't it? Actually, it does get its sunny days. Anyway, January 24th, 1984, I headed from Northampton, got a train into London, then got a tube to Uxbridge Magistrates Court, where I knew Paul and Linda were going to appear. When I got there were quite a few fans. There was photographers, there was cameramen, quite a lot of media. Paul turned up in his green Mercedes. Look on that screen behind there. That was it. I believe it said 900 mpl. So Paul and Linda arrived. I believe it was driven by John Hamill, who was Paul's chauffeur and PA chap. Lovely man he was. Very nice guy. And pushing through the crowd, Paul and Linda came out. And there was Trevor Jones and that lovely MPL chap. There was also Alan Crowder, AC to his friends. He wasn't my friend. He didn't like me. I've said this before. I don't know what problem Alan Crowder had with me. In fact, the last time I saw him, maybe it was 89, he was all right to me and he winked and gave me the thumb. So maybe he realised that, yes, I was a fan, but I wasn't a crazy fan, whatever a crazy fan is. So they hustled and pushed their way through into the court. So a few fans, photographers, media. It was a bit like Beatlemania, but it was mainly photographers and media. Paul was in the news again. He'd been not such a good boy. Well, actually, it was Linda, wasn't it? And they were bustled inside. They were only in court for about 13 minutes. And what is funny is on the same day, so he got McCartney in London and he got Lennon in Liverpool. Yes, Yoko and Sean had arrived and to promote the single Nobody Told Me in the album Milk and Honey. And Yoko brought Sean to England for the first time. They went and visited Strawberry Fields and Menlove Avenue, Mendips as well. If you see the footage of Yoko and Sean, you can see it had been snowing up in England. So it's funny. Lennon in Liverpool, McCartney in London. When I say Lennon, I know it's Yoko, I know, but it is Sean Lennon. Okay, keep up. Before you ask, a few people asked about badges I've got. That's a special Pipes of Peace badge that you could get from the fan club in 1983. That's a Broad Street badge from 1984, and this is a Wings badge from the concert when they played in England in 1976, I believe. Anyway, I digress. January 24th, 1984. Paul and Linda inside Uxbridge Magistrates Court. Been done for possession. Naughty Linda, but hey, there we go. It was an interesting month, January. But as I say, it was the first time I actually saw them. I'd never seen Paul and Linda before, so it was quite exciting. Sounds a bit sad, but if you know, you know. The moment you know, you know, you know. They were hustled up to these steps, and I took a photograph. Now, there's many photographs like this that you will see, but this is the one that I took. It says Paul and Linda. But the best thing that I've got that day, there's a couple of great things. So when they were inside, there were a few fans sitting in the docks. They weren't being charged. They were just watching Paul and Linda. But I've got this. Now, the #1 single in January 1984 for 2 weeks before it was knocked off by Relax, Don't Do It, by another brilliant Liverpool artist, band, Frankie Goes to Hollywood. But look at this. This is my piece de resistance of that day. So it's a Pipes of Peace single, yeah? Nothing incredible about that, is there? Pipes of Peace, black parlophone, So Bad on the back. But if you take a closer look at this, look at that. Who's signed this then? I've got to get on the floor to see I'm filming this. Love, Linda. So Linda McCartney signed it there. She's written her name, Linda, and X. That was signed on January the 24th, 1984, inside Uxbridge Magistrates Court. So that ties in with the first time that I saw them, which is a very, very special day. So that's one of my favourite items that I have. I haven't seen any other signed stuff from that day. There weren't actually loads of fans there, but I suppose, I know, a lot of fans would have been at school or they'd been at work, and it's not like Paul was going to be on a TV show or doing a concert, which obviously he wasn't doing in those days. But what is also fascinating is when Paul and Linda left, everyone was vying for photos and videos. I seem to remember they were in their MPL car, 900 MPL. John Hamill was in there with Trevor Jones and Alan Crowder. And the gates open, and I came out, and I thought, I'm not going to just stand and watch. What's annoying is I didn't take pictures as I was going along. But if you watch this video, that is me. That is actually me. I know, it's very sad, isn't it? What a sad person I am. So this is Paul and Linda. They've come out there. Photographers there and there. They're coming along here. Paul and Linda are in the back. They were always sat in the back. John Hamill driving. So that's me. I call this my Pipes of Peace jacket. I think it had some stars on or something. Jeans, trainers, and a sports bag. Now, I guess in my sports bag, I had things to get signed. I don't even remember that sports bag. But that is me go alongside of the car. When I'm going alongside the car, this is on the British News. You can't see me clearly, but I know it's me. I'm doing all this to Paul and Linda, and they're doing all that back to me. And it was quite magical. Is it sad? Well, no. I met and saw my hero for the first time ever. So I'm just going to play this. It doesn't last long. Blink and you'll miss it. But I say, that is me, Dino V. So watch this. Be quick. It's going to go.
The court, Mrs. He said it had been much ado about nothing.
Much.
David Chater, ITN in Uxbridge.
So there we go. That was me on the news. You wouldn't know it's me. I know it's me, but I remember my mum next day or later on that day said, "Oh, you was on the news chasing after Paul and Linda's car." Maybe that's why Alan Crowder didn't like me. Thought, he's that flaming nutter from Northampton, which is where I lived at the time. Anyway, that's my story of January 24th, 1984, which was 40 years ago today, if you're watching this on January the 24th, 2024. Great days, the 80s. In fact, 1984 was an amazing year. I saw Paul on 3 occasions, and Linda, 3 occasions that year. Got in TV shows. He had the Broad Street premiere in London, so it was magical. Going from not seeing Paul, 1984 was a very good year. It's a Frank Sinatra song, isn't it? My name is Dino V. I'd like you to like this and subscribe. And thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Put some comments down below. Were you there on that day? Did you get to see Paul? What are your memories of the first time seeing him? Is he such a bad boy? And have you got a signed Linda McCartney autograph on the Pipes of Peace single? This is Dino V saying goodbye to you. Join our Coming Up group on Facebook because I'm going to do a pop quiz in the next few days. And if you like the Beatles and Paul McCartney and want to take part in a fun pop quiz with fans across the universe, lots of great music, and me talking a load of rubbish and quizzing you to see what you know about the Beatles and Paul McCartney, then that's the place to be. It's probably going to be Sunday night around 8 o'clock UK time. So come and join us. Come and join a Facebook Live quiz this Sunday evening. Ciao.